Good evening, Metric Peeps. Well, actually, it's good early morning. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but so much has been going on. Just, the college life, homework, classes, exams, all that lovely numberiness. And tonight, I want to actually talk about something that has been bugging me. Well, actually, it's been bugging me for a long time, but it has resurfaced in my brain, and so now I'm going to share my opinions with the whole world, and probably the whole universe. So, where do I start? Well, I guess I'll start by saying that I know myself to be a questioner. I question a lot of things. If you've been watching this channel, at least recently, you will know that because, the whole video about DIS 400 and all that, all that stuff. DIS 400 and soft C's and hard C's and all that. Well, tonight I want to actually talk about something that is a lot more serious, that, well, I believe that it sort of feeds 400, but I'll get to that later. You know what? Well, let me just get to the point. Dollar signs. Okay, now, I know the obvious response, whatever you want to call it, is going to be, well, everything costs money. Okay, I don't have a problem with money by itself. I can't stand people's obsession with it, and I can't stand it when people are treated like dollar signs. That's not cool. It's not okay. Stop doing it. It's not cool. Now, this has kind of a long history. This kind of goes way back to when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11, and I was going to a summer camp, and my friends know what I'm talking about. Oh, I don't think I ever told my friends, but anyway, so I went to a summer camp when I was like 10 or 11, and we were having a picnic. We were outside and we were eating and enjoying lunch, and it was just awesome. And for some reason we were talking about things being free. I don't remember what started it. I couldn't even tell you where, like I said, I don't really remember what exactly we were talking about, but one of the teachers was like, well, nothing in life is free. That's what he said. Nothing in life is free. And even as I think I was like 10, even as a 10-year-old, I was like, well, is that really true? Of course, I never said anything to him that day. Well, I never said anything to him, period. But, anyway, so then later on, I went golfing, because back then I was involved with like the Blind Golfers Association or whatever, and it was like every Tuesday night they would meet up and we would basically hit golf balls, and it was an awesome time. And the guy who was coaching me that day or that night, I told him about what happened, and we had a whole discussion about we had a whole discussion about what we could come up with that was free in life. And we talked about love. I don't even remember most of it because it was 11 years ago, but I just remember the conversation, and it was a really good discussion. Love and what I'm gonna get to tonight, which is, okay, granted, okay, let me back up. I kind of see where this person was going now that I'm 21 and I have a little bit of experience, because everything requires give and take. It's not like people just hand things to you. But if you're saying that to a 10 or an 11-year-old about, the first thing that comes to mind is going to be those dollar signs. And I don't even, like I said, I can't even remember if he was talking to us or, I don't even remember, but I remember hearing it. So, but yeah, and I'm kind of seeing more and more that dollar signs are, in my opinion, too powerful. They And I'm not just talking about being able to buy stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. Because, yeah, okay, who doesn't like to buy things? Who doesn't like to shop sometimes? But I'm talking about money and politics. Money and power influencing the news media. You know, I'm a journalism major and I want to be an investigative reporter. I don't want to have to, what's the word? Gosh, but I'm sure that a lot of the topics that I would want to cover that are really about serious issues, they would not want to talk about because, oh, don't want to offend the almighty $, don't want to do that. You know what? Forget that, man. This is why, you know, I'm kind of leaning toward, you know, working for an independent YouTube show, but that's another topic. The point is, they're too powerful. They just, I think it's gotten to the point where the $, and this is where I was going, the $, are eating our hearts away. Our hearts, love, respect, all this. And people are being treated like $, and it's not okay. I can give you a good example right here. You know, I was calling, anyway, I was calling customer service about something. This was, you know, anyway, and the person I was talking to was just kind of a jerk to me. Now, it wasn't a super obvious thing, but it was just something subtle in the way she was talking to me. It was just like, okay, dude, I'm just trying to, you know, change my address with you guys or whatever. You don't have to talk to me that way. But it wasn't something obvious. But it's like, you're in it for the money. You don't care about, you know, what you're looking like to other people. But, you know, the thing is, and I don't have a brilliant solution to this, okay? I'm sitting here on this video admitting right now, I do not have a brilliant solution for this, but I want to start a discussion about this topic. The role of the $, in not just our everyday lives, because that stuff is kind of boring, but in our politics, in our media, and most of all, just in general, being, you know, involved in our personal lives. I am so sick of it. Like, whatever happened to just talking to someone respectfully? You know, we're people, we're not $, and we don't deserve to be treated that way. So, I know these might seem like crazy ramblings, but hopefully you'll know what I was trying to say. If you support this, tweet, post this on social media using the hashtag #dis$. Yeah! Oh, how it's feeding 400. If you want to learn more about 400, you can watch my previous video, #dis400. I have a hashtag out there for that too. Hashtag #dis400, gosh. Without the gosh. But the point is, 400 eats this stuff up. She doesn't just eat up your vulnerabilities and all that. Oh yeah, she loves them $. She loves them $, and she is gonna just, you know, seriously. I feel like that's what she could eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and not get sick, probably. You know, let's starve her of those $. Now, I'm not saying that we should totally get rid of them, but, you know, I have to be honest with you. If I had it my way and I was in charge of the universe, I would have crushed them a long time ago. Crushed them with my feet and with my, you know, crushed them with my boots and everything, just stomping them out, you know, like bam, 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 bam. But I can't do that, and I understand why. At the very least, they should be regulated, and that's my final judgment, because if we don't do something now, the $signs are going to eat up our souls, they're going to eat up everything we have, they're going to eat everything! Which, if anyone's looking for a great idea for a horror movie, that would be an awesome movie, I think. I've talked to some of my peeps here on campus, and they kind of agreed with me. It's like, well, dollar signs come to life and they replicate and they start eating everything and they take over people's souls and everything like that, and they basically turn us into creatures that are like zombies, but they're not really zombies because we're not dead yet. Anyway, let me know what you think of that idea. But yes, dollar signs, at the very least, should be regulated as far as, you know, how far they can come into your heart and into your whole, I guess, psyche, for lack of a better word. So that's my final judgment. If you need any more examples of that kind of thing, just watch the news and kind of just see how they sort of come into play as far as, you know, politics. Ugh. I mean, why else would politics be so numbery? So, I don't care what side you're on. It's on both sides. But, yeah. So, yeah. That's my final judgment. Hopefully this made some sense. And, I will see you all later with a video about something that I can make a lot more comical, wet floor signs. So stay tuned for that. My friends know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to spoil it. Gosh. Anyway, you all have a metric rest of your night and a metric day tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye. Metric. Gosh, keep it metric out there. Metric.